breaking news that could impact thousands of lives and reshape the UK's relationship with several African nations. The British government is preparing to unleash its toughest immigration crackdown in recent memory. We're not just talking about stricter rules, we're talking about outright visa bans for entire countries. But it goes even deeper than that. For those who do manage to get here, the dream of building a permanent life in the UK could be pushed back by decades. Today we're breaking down the UK's plan to ban citizens from Angola, Namibia, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo from getting visas, and the bombshell changes to permanent residency, also known as Indefinite Leave to Remain or ILR. What's behind this drastic move? Who will be affected? And is this just the beginning? Stay with us as we unpack everything you need to know. Alright, let's get straight to the headline announcement. In a move that signals a significant hardening of the UK's immigration policy, the government has put 3 African nations on notice: Angola, Namibia, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. According to a major policy announcement from Britain's Chief Interior Minister, Shabana Mahmood, people from these 3 countries could soon be completely barred from entering the UK. This isn't maybe it's a direct ultimatum. The reason? The UK government says these nations have consistently refused to cooperate on a critical issue, taking back their own citizens. We're talking about individuals who have entered the UK without authorization, or foreign national offenders who have completed their prison sentences and are legally required to be deported. The numbers are stark. Collectively, Angola, Namibia and the DRC have refused to accept the return of over 4 .000 of their own nationals from Britain. The UK government's patience has clearly run out. They've given these 3 countries a 1-month deadline to begin cooperating. If they don't, a sliding scale of penalties will be triggered. This isn't an immediate flick of a switch. It's a calculated escalation. The first step would be to remove preferential treatment, like fast-track visa services for diplomats and VIPs. If that doesn't work, the pressure will ramp up, likely leading to more stringent checks and higher refusal rates for all applicants. The final, nuclear option is a complete ban on all citizens from these countries getting a UK visa. Think about what that means. It wouldn't just affect those seeking asylum. It would affect students who have been accepted into British universities, professionals with job offers in London or Manchester, families wanting to visit relatives, and tourists hoping to see the sights. It's a blanket measure that punishes an entire population for the actions of their government. The minister, Shabana Mahmood, was unequivocal in her statement. She said, and I quote, "In Britain, we play by the rules. When I said there would be penalties for countries that do not take back criminals and illegal immigrants, I meant it. My message to foreign governments today is clear. Accept the return of your citizens or lose the privilege of entering our country." The language is tough, and it's designed to send a shockwave not just to these 3 countries, but to others around the world. This approach of using visa sanctions as a diplomatic tool mirrors measures we saw in the United States under President Donald Trump, who imposed similar tough restrictions on several African and Asian nations. But as I mentioned at the start, the visa ban is only half the story. And for many, this next part is even more terrifying because it fundamentally changes the promise of a future in the UK. This is about indefinite leave to remain, or ILR. For anyone who has gone through the UK immigration system, ILR is the ultimate goal. It's permanent residency. It means you are no longer subject to immigration control. You can work where you want, you can plan your future, get a mortgage, and truly put down roots. It's the key that unlocks a stable life in Britain. Currently, the path to ILR varies. For many skilled workers and those on family visas, the standard route is 5 years of continuous residency. There's also a long residence route, where someone who has been in the UK legally for 10 years can apply. Now, under these sweeping new reforms, the goalposts are being moved dramatically. The proposal on the table would require some refugee claimants to wait a staggering 20 years before they can even apply for permanent settlement. Let that sink in. 20 years. 2 decades of living in limbo. This transforms the very nature of seeking refuge in the UK. Instead of a system geared towards integration and allowing people who have been granted protection to rebuild their lives, it creates a system of prolonged, perpetual uncertainty. For 20 years, a person could be living on temporary permits, potentially with restrictions on their work, travel, and ability to make long-term life decisions. It means 2 decades of not knowing if the country you now call home will ever truly be your home. This is a monumental shift from a 5-year path to a 20-year marathon of anxiety. So, the big question is, will this policy expand? Is the focus on Angola, Namibia, and the DRC just a test case? All signs point to yes. So, what are the implications of all this? First, there's the diplomatic fallout. Imposing visa bans is a hostile act. It will undoubtedly strain relations between the UK and the targeted nations, potentially affecting trade, security cooperation, and cultural exchange. Second, there is the human cost, which is immense. Imagine you are a brilliant student from Angola with a scholarship to Cambridge, or a doctor from the DRC recruited to work for the NHS, or a Namibian entrepreneur looking to expand your business in the UK. Under a full ban, your plans, your dreams are instantly erased. You are being judged not on your own merit, but on the passport you hold. And for those already here, the 20-year wait for ILR creates a subclass of residents who are in the country but not truly a part of it. It raises serious questions about social cohesion and mental well-being. The government's argument is that this is a matter of fairness and sovereignty. They argue that if other countries don't play by the rules, then the UK has the right to protect its borders and enforce its laws using any tool necessary. They see this as a way to deter illegal immigration and ensure that foreign criminals are removed from the country. The critics will argue that it's a blunt, cruel instrument that punishes the innocent and guilty alike, damages the UK's international standing, and creates a hostile environment for immigrants who are trying to build a life and contribute to British society. But now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about these proposals? Is the UK government right to use visa bans as a tool to enforce its immigration policy? Is a 20-year wait for permanent residency fair? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is a conversation we all need to be having. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our future updates on this and other major global stories.